Welcome to Studio One. If you like what you see, like and subscribe and comment.
Hi, Mike. It's Mike, right?
Yeah,
How are you?
pretty good, pretty good. Wasn't going to be my first comment, but yeah, I really like how you remember people's names, and uh, I when I talk to everybody, like Jesse knows me somehow, and I like I'm never he's never even seen me. Like,
You know, I love that. Listen, we're all people, and we're all connecting, and it's kind of like a huge reason of why I love doing this. So,
yeah,
yeah, of course, man.
great, man. So how are you? How is everything going?
Everything's good. It's been busy. It's been a lot. It's been all over the place, but trying to like just kind of gear down and get everything done. So it's been productive. Definitely been productive. Yeah, how you been?
I've been pretty good. Highs and lows, but start a new job, so pretty good, pretty good, all things considered. So
Congrats.
thanks, man. Yeah, there was a lot of wondering and a lot of time to myself that I don't really need anymore.
I
Yeah,
feel that. Yeah. Yeah. It's nice to have some structure too, especially now, you know?
sure. So well, you already know me, but I'm Mike. I'm the editor and the new host of Studio One, and Jesse Maxwell, classically trained artist. Thank you for speaking with us again.
Absolutely. It's an honor to be here, truly.
Is that are you was that a decent description? Because I didn't want to use yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. I was classically trained for like 10 years in piano and in music theory. And now I make music that's not classical music.
Right.
But I'm able to use that knowledge, which is really cool. I think it shows.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I was listening to your stuff last night. The more I listened, the more I enjoyed it. I'm like, okay, I can hear where the training is going into. Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. So whose music and podcast have you been listening to?
Music and podcasts. I don't listen to a ton of podcasts. I love Spotify Dissect. I think is a really interesting podcast, especially because it covers a lot of albums that I love, and it kind of just like breaks them down all the way. And I think that's like a really interesting way to look at music. Um, and then in terms of people's music, everybody really. I've been on a D'Angelo train lately.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I've just been going back to what makes me comfortable. I've been listening these days a lot of Benny Sings, and yeah. Do you know Benny Sings?
You know what? I don't.
Yeah, he's this guy from Amsterdam. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, he works with the king of indie. How do I not know remember his name? But
The
Benny
king of
Sings.
indie.
I am. Benny, remember name Benny Sings. Yeah, check him out.
Okay, I'm gonna check out Benny Sings for sure.
Yeah, it'll come back to me. So let's dig deeper into your love for Toronto. In the pandemic, I walked around and really in my neighborhoods and got to know my neighborhoods really well. And I realized that everyone's Toronto is different. What's your Toronto?
My Toronto is full of art, is full of expression. And I love that about Toronto. I think there's so much diversity here and there's so much freedom of expression here. I think that comes with living in a big city. So yeah, that's kind of my Toronto, and that's the thing that I love most about it because it allows me to be whoever I want to be.
That's really good. Yeah, Mac DeMarco. I forgot the name of Mac
Mac
DeMarco.
DeMarco. I thought
Yeah,
I thought he was from Toronto. I was from Montreal. I thought he was from Toronto. I don't know
he's
why.
from born in BC, raised in. He's everywhere. Yeah,
Okay, I knew he was Canadian.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like I'm less of a Canadian by forgetting his name,
Yeah.
but
It's okay. You remembered before I did, so that's
I looked
something.
it up. That's why I
Yeah.
looked. So in your first interview, you mentioned that you started really in theater or had really early roots in theater. Which plays were your favorite to play in?
Oh, We did a few. I was part of when I was really young, I was part of this theater company, and I was Curly McLean in Oklahoma, and then we also did. There was another one that I really liked. Once up, Once Upon a Mattress. I don't know if that's the title of it, but it's like the story of the Princess and the Pea.
Uh,
So we did a few of them. I really liked it, but in terms of like my favorite play, I saw a play once called In the Heights, and I thought it was really interesting, really well done. So that would probably be my top. But I'm not huge into theater. Like I don't know a lot. Although there has been some recently that everyone's like, you need to go to. So one day for sure. At least when everything opens back up again, I'm like open to it.
would you ever consider going back to theater?
No, um, I think it was I think it taught me a lot about like stage presence, how to be comfortable on stage from a young age, but I don't know if I would go back. I think I don't really connect with it as much as I do um like writing music and performing my music. It's just like it's a different animal for sure. And I'm very like chill and low key, and music theater is sometimes very over the top. So I don't know if I resonate with that, but it was cool while it lasted.
Right. Yeah. Um, yeah, my main influence of music theater is mainly just John Mulaney because
Oh, okay, yeah.
he lives like a theater person. So that's
He
what
really is a theater character in real life.
that's I don't know a lot of plays, but I know like the essence of it, and it's really fun. But I get, yeah, like you said, it must be exhausting. Like,
Totally. Yeah, totally. And like, yeah, it's a cool experience. So, like, I mean, when we were doing it, there was like 30, maybe 40 people in the production. So that's a lot. You know what I mean? That's a lot. And now, like, when I'm on stage, it's six of us,
mm,
so it's definitely a different vibe.
right. So, you live streamed. I read that you live streamed quite a lot in the past year or so. What lessons have you learned from live streaming that you could put into live performances?
I think a big part that was missing of the live streams was that human connection. And because of that, like you would finish a song and you wouldn't hear anyone clap and you wouldn't be able to see their faces and you can't interact with them. I think it kind of just showed me how to block it out a little bit more and just perform and like be an entertainer, was something that I tried to learn through that. Because otherwise it's awkward on the live stream, right? You're just playing and it's like if I'm staying silent, like people are watching and they're expecting to hear something. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna definitely take that when I play live for sure, and that entertainment aspect of it.
Yeah, because the more I looked into music and stand up, the more it looks like there's a lot of similarities. And stand ups, a lot of them, especially the big stand up comedians, they won't even touch live streaming because it's an art of reacting to your audience. And I wonder how,
100%.
yeah, is that the same ideas in music, right? You really want
It
to,
is the same for sure. Like there's that's kind of the whole part of it. And you have to keep in mind that like when you're on a live stream, people are not in their entertainment zone. They're like in their bed or they're on the couch or something. So it's like, what can you do to really break that barrier? And if it's reacting, because you're not going to get that on live stream, what else can I do?
yeah. So, would you consider streaming regularly after when we go back to normal? Would you consider
I don't know.
that?
It was fun while it lasted. It was fun, but I feel like maybe
Mhm.
it would kind of depend on like where people's heads are at. Like I don't know how quickly people are going to be comfortable going back into a live setting. So it might take some like easing into it, even when people are playing live. It might just be another kind of outlet. But I still feel like the world is going there. Um, and I don't know if I'm crazy about that idea. I think it's just kind of the facts of it, but like that's what I've been told and that's what I kind of believe, especially this past year has shown that like it's possible, you know, like you can work from home, you can Zoom from home, you can do everything. And it's like, I feel like that's a direction people are going to go in, and that might lead into live performances as well. So might have no choice. We'll see.
Right. So the last time you spoke with us, you mentioned that you wanted to grow your Spotify audience. Is it safe to say that you accomplished that?
I think so. That's nice that I said that, actually, because I think there has been a lot of growth, and I've really worked hard on that growth. So that does feel good to hear that, and like kind of come full circle with it. But you know, the way that I am and the way that everyone is, it's never really enough, you know. And I'm so grateful that people are listening and that people are actually connecting with the music that I'm putting out. And it just makes me want more. Um, so yeah, I think there has been unbelievable growth, and I'm so humbled about that. And that's kind of the continued goal for the next year and the year after that, etc.
Yeah. Are you excited to see the end of the pandemic?
Yeah. 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 I don't know when that's happening, but hopefully soon. I think soon I qualify to get vaccinated. I think soon everybody does. So I don't think it's too long away, and I'm really excited. I just kind of like, I miss hugging people. I'm a big hugger, and I'm like a very affectionate person with my friends, and I just want to like be around them. And we've lost that. So yeah, I'm really excited to just like hug people again. That's my thing.
Yeah, speaking of hugging, I met a friend that I haven't seen in like a year, and I asked like, can we hug it out? And she's like, I don't like touching. So I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I'm
It's
here.
rough out there, man. Yeah. Yeah. You know, I respect that people are, you know, people
Yeah,
do feel like that, and people are nervous to like be close to anyone. But, um, you know, the human experience needs that. We just kind of like are creatures of love. So, yeah. And that's a big way that people show affection. That's a way that I show affection. So, yeah, I respect it for sure. But I think people will eventually come around and group hug again, you know?
yeah. So your new EP, Hellion, am I saying it right? Hellion?
Hellion. Yeah.
Hellion. What's the story behind the name, and what's the theme of the EP?
The story behind the name. We kind of figured it out after the fact. It wasn't really one of those things that was like planned, and we went into it with a concept. Um, we had these songs, and Hellion is like a troublemaker, or like someone who's mischievous and like tends to be from like a younger standpoint. Um, and so we kind of like we had this night, me and my co-producer Andreas, where we were really like searching the web for like different words, and like, you know, we have to title this EP, so what are we going to title it? And we came across the word Hellion, and it just kind of like fit the vibe. I think a lot of the songs come from that mischievous, a little bit of a troublemaker, a little bit, you know, in songs like Smoke and Mirrors, and in songs like I'll Make You, and in songs like One Time. They just kind of like have that certain quality. And even in songs like Undone is a really like coming into your own skin type song. And like that's something that you deal with when you're growing up. It's like, who do I want to be? Who do I want to feel like, um, and grow into? And so it just kind of felt like, not immature, just like a younger standpoint, and someone who's like open to growing and open to like becoming who they are. And then, you know, we come to this place on the EP that's the final song of Evergreen, where it's kind of this resolve of that, where this character has like found someone who makes them want to be a better person, you know, whether that be in a relationship or a friend or a mentor or whatever. And just kind of like appreciating that person for who they are, something that's like, you know, the most selfless thing that you can do. So yeah, it felt like a nice resolve, and like that was kind of the story of the EP in terms of the theme, and it just seemed to fit. So yeah, we wanted to call it Hellion.
Great. Yeah, I really like One Time. Um, I just kept going back to it. Yeah. and
I love that.
the way it's like driving, it's the really cinematic, and also the trumpet in the back just like puts everything together so well. Um,
Totally.
I was going to ask when how fast was the song written, etc. But um, you mentioned last time, you block a lot of work and you have to like take time to package it and mature it. So do you remember the experience of working on
Of working on Hellion?
of working on that one time?
Of one time, yeah, actually. One time was originally I didn't write it for myself. I was like, I was approached by an artist who wanted a song, and so I wrote it. And then before I showed it to them, they wanted to switch what the song was about. And I said, well, this song is really good, so I want to keep it. And I remember even showing it to my brother before I like finished it, and he was like, this is so dope, like you have to keep it for yourself. So I was like, okay. Because like the thing is, even when you write for other people, like it comes from yourself, like it's not like I'm writing, granted I didn't really know this person very well, but like I'm writing from my own experience, you know so like someone's like, hey, I want a song about missing someone and like rekindling something with someone. And I know what that feels like because I'm human and I have people that I would love to rekindle things with. So yeah, and it was super fun to write. I remember like writing that hook and I was really proud of it. And then the last thing in that song that came was that second verse where I go into all those like bank and money references, and I thought that was like really smart and like really well laid out, so I wanted to keep it. And I think it turned out really well, and like people love it. I think it's just like an easy song to listen to. It's like you're saying, it's like a little chill, but like it still drives, and like it has that like trumpet sample. And yeah, I really love the way that song came out, and that's going to be the focus track for the EP.
Oh man, then I'm glad that it attracted
Totally.
so much. Yeah, yeah.
Exactly the point.
So the EP is excellent.
Thank you.
No, I kind of knew you more as a person before, as a guest, as a person before as an artist, and I really like getting to know people before knowing their art. You seem like a really kind soul, and
Thank you.
hope everything is going well.
Yes.
Well,
Thank you. You too.
yeah, and let's have a good day together.
Absolutely. I really appreciate you having me on today.
Yeah, hope you have a good one.
All right. Later, Mike. Thanks,
Later.
buddy.
Studio One.